Angela.
I'm Christine.
And welcome to Haircolor Confessional. So today is our last taping of season 2.
Woohoo!
So we're kind of having a party today.
Yes.
And we're going to pop a little champagne later. We've got some friends watching us and people coming in and out. But yesterday we were at the Arts Goggle.
Yes.
Off Magnolia, and we ran into someone that we have been wanting to interview for a while now.
She keeps canceling on us.
She keeps canceling on us, and
But she is a rock star.
She's like, it's like
in the hair community.
She's a rock star in the hair community. Anyway, Miss Nikessa.
Hi guys.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hi,
Thank you so much for having me.
You literally are a rock star, and I have so many questions to ask you. And of course, Angela does too.
Yeah.
But okay, so tell us. Tell me about the Wella.
Oh.
How did you get involved in Wella?
Well, the salon I got involved with when I got out of hair school carries Wella, and they are now the #1 color in the world. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, I just fell in love with it, and even when I moved to New York, I only wanted to look for salons that carried Wella myself, just because it's such a stable color line, and I've come from other color lines, and it's very inconsistent, and we all know chemistry is already unpredictable.
Yes.
So
Right.
I fell in love with it, and I don't care if you carry Wella products or not, but Wella color, I was just like, I gotta have it. I'm addicted.
People don't know we're chemists.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I always say we're sexy scientists.
Sexy scientists. I like that better than chemists.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, I love it.
We're all therapists and sexy scientists.
Therapist? Yes.
Therapist
and
is my
sexy
stage
scientists.
name. People call me that all the time.
So we used Wella at Ogle in
Yes.
beauty school. Yes.
So we actually, our salon, Esoterica, often predominantly hires from Ogle for that reason,
Yes.
because it's an easy
They're used to
switch
Transition.
over. Yeah,
Yes.
transition. That's
Right. So when I went to Ogle's in Arlington, I went to Darrod's, and I apprenticed underneath, all the hairdressers, and then I just took off. I had experiences with doing color and doing color corrections and building up my business, and then a couple years later, then I moved into another salon and rented. So I am a Wella queen. I love Wella. I have seen the transition from Sebastian and Wella being together by themselves.
And we have Nioxin now, so they're a whole umbrella company, Wella, Nioxin,
Yeah.
Sebastian.
So I use Sebastian. Oh no, I'm sorry. I use Schwarzkopf.
yes.
I use some
Also-
Sebastian stuff, but I use
Yeah.
Schwarzkopf color.
Yeah.
But it's fun that, as hairstylists, we can do so many different things and manipulate the tools that we get and the education that we get. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's what I love about our number system too, is you don't have to speak the same language to understand numbers. And so I really love that a lot of color lines use the number system. Obviously we have words as well, and your underlying pigments are always going to be different numbers, but in general, our level system, bare minimum, always the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I've dabbled into Redken, I've dabbled into Goldwell, I've dabbled into Matrix. And you're right, a level 6 is pretty much a level 6.
Yeah.
A level 7 is a level 7.
Yeah.
But
the
I
most part.
always go back to
That's how I
Wella.
make coffee for people. If I'm making coffee for another hairstylist, I ask them what level they want it, so I know how much cream to put into it.
How blonde do you want this coffee?
Yeah, how blonde or brunette are we talking? Or are you a level 2?
Okay, so for those of you haven't guessed it, Miss Nikessa is from South Africa. So tell us about
Yes.
that. How did you
Yeah.
get to the United States?
Technically East Africa, but
I'm trying to speak her language.
Yes. Well, my family fled our country in a war, and we had people on this end helping us get out of there. Took us a couple months, but we got here, and been in the U.S. ever since. But
How many years has that been?
We came in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you decide to be a stylist, a hairstylist?
Oh my God, that's so funny. I originally so most people go to hair school to support themselves through college. I went to college first and then ended up going to hair school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what did you get a degree in when you went to college?
I never finished up, but I did go for behavioral sciences. My focus was in autism and Asperger's.
Oh, wow.
And so I started off doing one-on-one therapies with special needs kids in the Boston area, and then experienced a personal tragedy and needed a break. And the one thing about doing behavioral therapy with children is not the children, it's the parents. They're exhausting. It's hard to get parents on the same system to help benefit their children.
Right.
And so I needed
They need
a
extra
break.
help, and they need
Yeah.
guidance, and they need constant routines.
Yes, and some of the families I personally was dealing with just were having a hard time getting on board with it, and I was dealing with a lot of very unknowledgeable, honestly selfish parenting.
Right.
And
Because I truly believe that children can learn so much more
So
than what they're
much.
capable of.
Oh.
That parents give so many excuses to what these children are
Yeah.
really all about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was dealing with a lot of families just over medicating their children
Yeah.
and putting
Just
them
to
in
make
front
it
of a
easy.
television.
Just
to
Yeah.
make
It's
it
not
easy,
wanting
Give
to
them a
do with
pill
it.
and
Yeah.
be done for the day.
And then one of the hardest things for me was I had a family who their oldest son had autism, and the younger sibling, the sister, what does she do? She learns, and she was learning from her brother. So she had autistic traits even though she wasn't autistic.
Yes.
So I
makes
was
sense.
trying to help with behavior on both ends of that. And they were great. They were great children.
Yeah.
And the family was great. It was just really hard transitioning into the new age we've been in, which is different there versus here. Like in the South, respect is huge. So it doesn't matter your age. It's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir.
Respect
There,
your
I
So
elders.
here
couldn't-
versus there?
Yes, so in Boston, I was having problems with the parents
Okay.
doing the bare minimum of like, oh, well, I'm not a ma'am, I'm not old, that's my mother. And like, so now I'm doing behavioral therapy with the parents.
Right.
Okay.
Because it really
Okay.
comes
I'm like, it
from
has
the
nothing to
parents.
do
So
with
you're
your
talking
age.
like North and South in the United States.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
And so there was a big discrepancy in trying to get that type of personality to understand how to command respect from your children has nothing to do with your own personal insecurities of aging and the pressures of ageism in the
Right.
Northeast.
I think we should embrace it.
Yes, and
Because
you're
you
a
have so much more.
parent.
Right.
You're-
It has nothing to do with
Right.
social media and growing older and getting wrinkles and feeling like
These
you're-
kids are going to be running the world.
Yes,
Right, the next
you're
generation.
impacting the future.
And I really truly believe that if you are capable of having children, reproducing, that you need to take responsibility of
Yeah.
these children.
Right.
No
Well,
matter
that's-
what problems they will occur.
And that is the other thing we have run into in society is there is a huge smash between the previous generation and the new generation. There's no ebb and flow going into the new generations. It's people who have gotten married and had children because that's what society dictates. So there are women who have had children who, if they were a generation removed, may have not had children. And so having children that you don't want to parent because it's
Right.
not really in your genes to even be a parent is a huge struggle. I mean, I have personal background in this, and I am child free because I want to be child free, but I don't have the pressures of the same standards of you have to get married when you're 19 and have children and then start retirement at 40 and then start living your life in
Right.
your 50s and whatnot. I want to live my life now while I'm young and semi-flexible and can hike and things.
Right.
Versus the way it used to be. So now a lot of people in our generations are starting to have children later in life, where previously it's all you knew, so it's what you did, but you didn't have the passion for it.
Right. And you're breaking the pattern. You're breaking the pattern.
Yes.
You're an individualist that is like, you know what? I don't need to have children right now in my life. Let me enjoy my life and let me.
So it's something I heavily preach to people is if you don't know, yes, this is what I want, then don't do it until you know. Don't feel pressured by society, because then you're going to have children that are going to grow up and resent you because you didn't even raise them properly. They're going to have systemic issues and generational issues and cycles that they're going to have to break and don't know how to break because of all the trauma they have now carried through their lineage.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems in society today that I see, especially in the school system, is that parents are not being parents to their children.
That's true.
And then they're giving them to the teachers and the administrators.
Expecting them to parent.
Right.
And,
But then
and
they
they're
don't
not
want to.
parenting.
And then they
They're
don't
not
want
parenting
to.
either.
They don't want you in their
So, it's a big
business,
hot
but
mess.
they
They
don't
can't
want to
parent,
take care
too.
of their own business.
They have no
Right.
authority either also.
And
The
I understand
teachers
that you've
don't.
got parents that have 2 and 3 jobs, and they don't have the time to have these kids and to raise these kids and give them the proper care. But at the same time, it's like, be a parent. Step it
Right.
up and be a parent
Yes.
because it's not up to
Exactly.
society to raise your children.
Right.
It's not.
That's
No.
true.
So I needed a huge break from that.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It's such a deep conversation.
Yes.
So how did you transition from that situation and then go into hairstyling?
Right. So my sister, stunning. I mean, by the time she was 15, 5'10", 5'11", like Amazonian princess, often dated into a lot of wealth. And I don't believe that a college education really does anything anymore. I mean, you have people getting masters, PhDs who can't even get a job.
I totally agree.
Because it's all about our economics.
Right.
Yes.
It's all who you know.
And everything's about who you know. It's
Who you
exactly what
know.
I was about to say.
It's who you know, the connections you make.
I mean, look at politics. Politics is all about who you know.
Right.
So, and there was a documentary that came out exactly about that. Like, you can't get a job, you can't apply to work in the White House. You have to have a recommendation.
Know
to work in the White
someone,
House, which
yeah.
is
And I love our
Who you know.
industry as hairstylists is because we have the ability to make as much money as we possibly can as long as we put in the work, and it's all about building relationships.
Yeah.
absolutely. So, so with my sister, I could tell college was not a direction she was wanting to go. And it was one I was okay with supporting. I said, do you, boo-boo, but be the best at whatever you're going to do. And mind you, I am a hardcore tomboy at this point. Never worn makeup. I mean, look at us.
And she is a beauty goddess. You are a beauty goddess.
Oh, thank you. And I mean, the first time I really truly wore makeup was my first day of hair school because it's required, you know.
Right.
And
We have a set of standards in hair school.
Yeah.
You gotta wear black or white, and you've got to be presentable with your hair and your makeup and your
Yep.
nails. And
Exactly. So I had people in my class. I went to Tony and Guy, and people in my class really taught me how to like use it, how to apply it, etc.
and you're a natural.
And thank you.
You are. You're glowing.
So, okay, you became a hairstylist and you
Well,
excelled
I
at it.
started looking into it for her.
Oh, for her. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
For
oh,
your sister.
you love boys and
Yes.
fashion and makeup and nails and hair and all the things. You should look into going to hair school. I feel like this would be perfect for you.
And she said
she
no.
was like, no,
Not in
that's
that.
not it.
Not my thing.
And funny enough, she ended up in a creative world for the past decade. She does like house renovations and stuff,
Oh,
which
nice.
is so cool. But the more I looked into it for her, the more I was like,
Maybe I should do that.
Maybe I should do this. Yeah, maybe I should embrace this.
I never thought I was going to be a hairstylist ever.
If you had
My
asked
dad
me-
told me you should be a hairstylist because I was cutting my friend's hair, like friends, like more than one person, just for fun. And I was good at it. And they were like, you should do that. My dad said you should go to Ogle, and I was like, why would I want to be a hairstylist? Why? Anyway,
We get a bad rap, especially back in the day. People were like,
yeah.
"Oh, if you can't do education, you be a hairstylist."
Yeah,
right.
Like when I told all my college mates that I had become a hairstylist or that I was going to hair school, they were all like, "Oh,
Well,
I'm so
it's looked
sorry."
down upon.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's looked down upon because it's like, oh, well, you can't get into college, so go to beauty school.
And I paid more for beauty school than I was paying for college.
Right.
In Boston.
And let me tell you this, I do have a college degree. And
Exactly.
I do have a cosmetology license. Now, I make more money being a cosmetologist as I do being an art history major. So,
And we have flexibility over our own lives.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been able to raise a family. I've been able to go to college.
we
I've
can
been
make
able to travel.
our own schedule.
I just love my career.
Exactly, and you're in both a science field and a creative field, which
Absolutely.
is incredible.
'Cause we use chemistry
You're doing
all the
math and
time.
chemistry every day.
Yes.
And
Get
cutting
this.
is all about geometry, and color is all about chemistry.
Yeah. So when I was growing up, I really wanted to be a therapist. I thought, I want to go to Baylor. I want to
Well,
go
you
to Baylor.
are.
You
You're a
are
therapist.
I know. And then
You're a
I
therapist.
realized, oh, I am a therapist because
You're a therapist. I'm a
and
therapist.
I-
You're a therapist.
And I can tell
We do
you
therapy.
exactly what's on my mind, without documenting it or, getting sued or whatever.
Right.
It's, and that's the whole
We
premise.
can give bad advice and we're still okay.
Right. Well, see, that's the
Exactly.
whole premise of it. I mean, it's like I give you, therapy, you give me a therapy, and we're happy at the end of the session. And your hair's beautiful.
A question for you. I always describe my relationship to hair this way of like, I went into it, it piqued my interest. It was like dating for me. I was like, something about you. Let's go on
Yes.
a date. And then the more I dated hair, the more I fell in love with it.
Yes.
And now I'm married to it.
Yes.
Like, was that it for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to hair school and I was like, I love this and I'm good at it. And
Because it's such a creative
Yeah.
outlet.
Yeah.
I mean, and every person's different. And you can
Especially in our industry, we also get all these competitions and the free ability to make our own collections.
okay, so tell the people in this camera what you do now for a living, because you don't just do hair. You're on
No.
you're on stage
Right.
and you do what do you do?
You work for Wella, and you also are independent. So
Yeah,
talk
so
to us
I
a little bit
actually
about
don't
that.
work directly for Wella,
Okay.
but I do teach their color line. I'm the director of education at Esoterica Studios. I also work for a couple other companies. I got into hair replacement and hair restoration, extensions, things like that. Wig work and whatnot. So I'm definitely well known for colors, what most people
Yes.
associate me with. But
So
I'll teach everything.
yes, Nikessa did the Mohawk chef's hair, Mr.
Yes.
Stefan Rischel,
Stefan Rischel.
that we had on our very first episode.
And I love
so
him.
yeah, she
Yeah,
does
we
his
love
hair,
him.
but
I mean, he goes blue, he goes pink.
yeah, all different colors.
Yeah, he came up to me one day. He was the head chef at Max's Wine Dive.
Yes, Max's Wine
I
Dive.
only went there.
You're the one
because-
that gave him the mohawk.
Yeah.
You're the one that made
He
him
did.
the mohawk chef.
And I'm about to tab out, and out of nowhere, this huge man, because mind you, I am sitting down, but I'm only 5'2", and at the time,
and he's
like
at least
90
6 foot.
pounds.
Yeah.
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 And it was this. So it was like this P5 boom. Like all of a sudden, boom! There's Stefan, and he's like, "Are you Nikessa?" And I'm like, "Oh, maybe." Like, are you collecting? I don't know. And he's like, from Esoterica. And I said, yes, that's me. And he's like, oh, I've heard about you. And he had, I think, his first competition coming up, his Top Chef competition. And he's said that he really needed to get his hair done. And I said, well, yeah, let's do it. I said, we need to give you, I just off the bat was like, we need to give you a signature so it's what you're known for. I mean,
Yes.
that's what happened. Bob Ross always hated it, but Bob Ross is a perfect example.
Right.
Right.
He happened to get a perm before his first time on
Yes.
television. And mind you, his whole career, he never made any money because PBS is for the public, so you
Right.
don't make money.
Yes.
And not many people actually bought his paintings. And
But he was well known for his
but
hair.
he was well known. Everyone knew him for his hair,
Yeah.
and he hated it because he was like, "Well,
Now he
I'm
can't
stuck
change it."
having a perm," because he wanted to go back.
Oh, and it's
by
like a
then
fro.
he like had an agent or something, and they were like, "No, you can't change it because
Right.
you'll just be your everyday person." And so yeah, I've always been about, even with all clients, like, let's find you your signature, even if it's for a season. So
It's beautifully stated, because you're right. We're all individualists. We all
100%.
have, you know, people ask me a lot of times, oh, what's in style? What's this and that? And I'm like, can we just customize what's best for you?
Oh, 1,000%. We always are moving with trends, but
I mean, we're not a
everything you do is for that client, for their skin tone, their
Right.
eyes,
Yes.
their face shape. There's so much more that goes
Their
into
lifestyle.
cutting and coloring
Absolutely.
than just your head.
Right. I mean, if you know that they're working at an estate sale and they've got to have their hair in a ponytail, it's like, well, okay, well, keep your length.
Oh, yeah, even color. I've had clients who their eyes, everyone sees color specifically differently.
Right.
And,
especially the reds and the golds and
Yes,
like-
and so when it comes to like blonding, it would either be too warm or too cool. And one thing I always do and preach all the time is, if it's daylight outside, whether it's morning or in the afternoon, if the sun has not set, take your clients outside and show their hair in daylight.
It totally looks different.
Because
yeah.
it
Totally.
totally looks different than in the salon.
It's usually
Especially,
better.
Like
Right.
in my salon, the specific wall I'm on is like a turquoise wall.
Oh, no.
So that's the light is going to reflect off of that. So I always take clients outside.
right. I have fluorescent lights above me, and it's totally
And
different.
there's fluorescent and all that. So I had asked her about her routine, and she said that she's a teacher. And I said, you need to choose what's most important when you're out living your life or when you're in school, because you're under these cool fluorescent lights, and that's why you feel like your hair is green, and it's not. Because you go outside and you look, your hair's perfect.
Yeah.
And she
Right.
was like, well, school is more important because I spend more of my
So
time
go
there.
Golder.
So we went more. Yeah, we
There
went
you
more.
go. Okay, Nikessa, I want you to look at this camera and tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at, oh, shoot. What is my Instagram? We're going to edit this, right?
Yes.
I always forget.
And then we're going to do a little,
Yep, okay. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at your.therapist, or my Facebook, which is just Nekesa Moeller, Nekesa Mohler. And I'm at Esoterica Studios here in Fort Worth, and then I also do hair in Dallas at the Society.
awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so
So much
much.
for having me.
We love you.
So this
love
is
you
the
guys.
end of our season, and we've got to do a toast.
Yeah.
So
do
Angela's
toast.
great at popping it, and then I'm
Good, 'cause I don't
a
like
good
popping
cup
it.
holder, and we're gonna do a toast.
So, I will
Okay.
hold with you.
So-
How about that?
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna do this, and we actually have a lot of people here in the studio that we're gonna have come and join us when I pop this bottle. And
Because it's a
I'm about to
celebration.
make a mess. Look at this.
That's
Look at
okay.
this
We'll
mess I'm
clean it up
making.
later.
I just don't like that
The
pop
pressure
noise.
is on here.
I'm just always afraid. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm with you.
I know, because I'm like, okay, how far is it gonna shoot?
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure it doesn't shoot in my face.
Don't really. Yeah.
Look. It's
Maybe
getting
I should have had it pre-popped. Now this is the best part.
Exactly.
We tried to
It's
do the
just
first
fun.
season, and it just didn't work out for us.
Did you guys have champagne on the first season?
Yes, the first day.
We did actually, and we haven't.
Rob
ever,
was there.
That's the episode nobody's ever seen.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, our cameras weren't working right.
crazy, right?
And so we were like, okay, we'll just go with the flow, and next.
You did that so well.
Okay.
Ah, making a mess.
There you go. Perfect.
Cheers. Cheers. Come on, guys.
I got this
Everyone,
for
come
you.
in.
Come
Get
in.
a glitter. Come on, Mary.
Here,
Miss
pour it.
Mary's here from
And there's some glasses over here
Miss
too.
Mary Hughes. Woo, Miss James.
Everybody come
Hey,
in.
James. Mary, come sit by me. Come sit by me.
Come
Come
on.
here.
Oh yeah.
Here, switch real quick.
Beth's here.
Boom.
Come over here, Mary. Sit right between us. And I'm just gonna,
Yeah. This is the hairstylist way.
This is the way.
Scooch in
Hi,
there.
Nikessa.
So good. How are you?
Okay,
Oh,
all right, well,
fashion.
cheers,
Cheers.
everyone.
Cheers to next season. Haircolor Confessional.
Absolutely.
Angela, we've had a great season 2.
We have had a great season 2.
Yes.
Super fun.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little break and we're going to mic people up and we're going to switch out Nikessa.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Exciting. Thank you so
break.
much for having me, you guys.
Break.
Thank you.
Break.
Absolutely. Because you guys are in the hair world.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so we changed it up. We have 2 of our previous guests with us,
Yes, I'm
Mr.
so
James Wilson
excited.
and Miss Mary Hughes. And we love these guys. These guys are definitely in the hair industry. So James does hair extensions. He's the what is it?
The extensions
the
guy.
Extensions guy.
Extensions guy.
And Mary Hughes works for Armstrong McCall, and so she sees all the hairstylists and knows all the drama. She
So it's like over 100 salons in Fort Worth.
yeah, oh, she goes to all the
If not
salons.
more.
Yeah.
She knows all the drama. She's seen way more than she would spill to us.
Yes.
Just FYI. We tried to get her, but she wouldn't do it.
It's like a lawyer.
She's got
It
a
is so
confidentiality clause. I don't know. I didn't know they made you sign that at Armstrong, but anyway.
I know, but I love that you are so knowledgeable about hair products, hair,
Yes.
everything, hair
Everything.
gadgets,
Everything.
We got everything there,
foils,
so.
blow dryers. I mean, the whole works.
Yeah.
I mean, every little inch you know about the beauty industry. So, give us an update. What do you What do you know?
So as far as hair stuff, there are some new brands that we've picked up. I don't know that I mentioned, but we do have Color Wow.
Okay,
Now
Color
that
Wow.
brand.
Oh, what?
Yes,
Yes.
we have that.
Color
Love it.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a very good brand.
I
out
just
there.
bought the
Produces a great
sparkly
color.
thing.
I did too. I have it in my hair.
Top lock.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
I haven't
just adds
used
a
it
little
yet,
extra.
but it was like glitter. I'm like, I want that.
I know. I had to have the glitter too. So that's a cool brand that we do have now that some people aren't aware of. So.
That's cool. Okay, and then also, what's going on with your little farm at home?
Okay, so as far as my farm, we do have updates. Just last night, we had 2 pregnant female pigs, and they have now had their babies. So one had
my
8
gosh.
of them, and another had 7. So we have extra now, 15.
Oh my
little
goodness.
piglets.
9 when we saw you last.
Yes, well, we had 11, and we actually have somebody that's took 2 that are raising and sending us pictures. So
Okay, so piglets out the ears.
yeah, I got lots of pigs.
Oh my
Anyway, that's my
gosh.
new news there.
If anybody wants a piglet, call Mary because she's
Yeah,
giving them
I
away.
need some piglets.
She's giving them away. Please come take them.
Yeah, but you got to like promise you're raising them.
You have to promise that you're going to take care
yeah,
of
you have
them
to take care of these.
because she doesn't want you to eat them.
And what's going on with you, James?
Well, just picking out wedding venues.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
When are you gonna do
it?
On my 15th anniversary, actually,
And it here in Fort Worth?
in Fort Worth.
Awesome.
We're deciding on
Okay.
just a million places to do, a million decisions to do.
Are you gonna have a big one, small one?
That's what we're thinking. I'd like a big party and a small wedding.
Yes, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's like something private with me and my parents, and
Yeah.
then a big blowout party.
Yeah, that'd be
Totally
fun.
80s party, by the way.
Okay. Oh,
Totally
nice.
80s, yes.
Oh,
You
I
should
love
bring
it.
us
It's gonna be
Studio
Depeche
80.
Mode. It's gonna be all the way around.
Yeah, Studio 80 would be so much fun. Have the after party.
Oh, I never thought about Studio 80.
Yeah, you should do Studio 80.
Yeah, that's a fun place.
I mean, that might be, I don't know, that would be
Something
an easy
different.
place to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for
Private
you.
DJ, yeah. So
Congratulations.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
how's the business going?
Business is going great. I actually introduced something new to the business. I bought the Chi color machine.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it
we
uses
talked about
What?
Yeah.
You bought
been to 3 hair shows
I'm
for
the first one in
cheap.
Fort Worth to have one.
I bet.
I'm test salon number 1.
And you got a lease load.
Yeah, and I love it. I'm actually I find myself when I'm downtiming, it's just going and experimenting with color.
Right.
And just getting swatches out, just dyeing swatches and dyeing swatches.
You need guinea pigs.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Because you can do
learning it.
fashion colors, you can do any kind
Any
of
color in the world.
literally.
Any color in the world you can.
Yeah.
And it's got a memory, because it's a computer.
It takes a picture. It'll take a picture. It whites out your hair.
Oh my
And then you can say if you want to be a
gosh.
red, click on red, and it tells you what color red you're going to be. So you get to see in advance.
I
Get a side by
love
side.
this.
It's an incredible machine. I thought it was going to be too high tech for me. But I'm just about very low tech.
Yeah.
But it was. If you can work an iPhone, you can work that color machine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And you
it's
probably
super
got it through Mary.
Well, there is a connection there. Yes, I
Well-
sent him on the way to the correct person to talk to, and we got it there.
When I found out Mary Hughes was going to be my sales
rep, yeah.
I was like, I'm all over it because I trusted her for 25.
Yes, we've known each other for a very
long time.
So we went with Mary to
The Ranger game.
the Ranger
hair
game at
show.
the Global
Yes, and they
Field.
introduced it at that event.
And that was when we were introduced
Yeah.
of the machine. And I was like, what the heck is
It is
this?
incredible.
Oh,
It
we're
is
going to have to
incredible.
take a little field trip, Angela, and we're going to have to go
We will.
visit you.
We'll have to go look
Especially
at
now
it.
that we're done at Halloween. Halloween's all about Halloween right now in the shop.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Okay, so James and I went to hair school together. So we have known each other since Ogle.
Yes. We went to instructor's course together too.
We went to instructor school together too.
That's
we,
yeah, they're
we,
instructors.
we were literally running that school.
We really did.
I'm sure you were.
Right?
We were all over the place. We were like, we got this.
Yeah, we ran that front desk. We ran the whole. They never had to even worry about us.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
awesome.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, thank you for an update, you guys.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, so anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, you guys, if you want pigs, Mary, tell them how to
Yes,
get
they're
you.
on that.
Please tell them.
Tell them how to connect to you.
Let me see.
How do you want them to call you if they want a pig?
I guess just my phone
Facebook,
number.
Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? Chris will give you.
Yeah.
Chris will pop it up on the screen.
Yeah,
It'll
we're
be
gonna
fine.
have to figure that out.
Well, he has your info,
Okay.
so we'll just do that.
Yeah.
But guys, please take a pig from Mary. They're so
Oh my
cute.
gosh.
They're so cute.
You're in the hair industry,
and they'll
you know
stay
me.
little,
Just
I
connect.
promise.
Oh my gosh. All right, you guys get your glasses. We got to cheers to,
All right.
to
Okay.
the very last episode
Cheers
of
to
season
season
2
two.
of Haircolor Confessional.
Haircolor Confessional.
Love it. Thank you guys
Cheers.
for supporting us. Okay.
All right. So
We are back.
welcome back, and we have Mr. Doug and Miss Beth with
right.
us. Sorry, Beth has been on our podcast before.
Yep.
And Doug has never, but we are welcoming in.
We kind of
welcoming
reeled him in because
Yeah.
we were like, he is one of our cheerleaders. And so he's always, every time we are at an event, he's like, they got a podcast.
Yeah.
They got a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's
"Huh?"
pushing us left and right,
Right.
which is
He's the
great.
biggest cheerleader. So how are you doing, Doug?
Well, I'm good. You know, when I first heard about your podcast, Hair Color, and I used to say confidential, and you kept correcting me.
Haircolor Confessional.
I know, that's what the correction was. So then I felt, well,
The
that's
secrets you would
perfect.
tell your hairstylist.
Yes.
Well, exactly. And I kept waiting for a podcast to be a bunch of stories you would tell that your clients were confessing to you their
Well, we
private
had
life.
so much
we have to keep
issues with
those
our friends
confidential.
because we had to keep them confidential because our friends were like, oh no, we're not getting on your podcast because
Well,
you'll tell the dirt. And we're like, no, it's about stories. It's about relationships. It's
Listen,
about
we could-
everybody in the community.
Right.
What we are doing with the events, what we're doing in nonprofit
nightlife,
organizations.
fun things, travel,
volunteering.
everything.
Well, that's what I thought it's become is you and Angela
Yes.
traveling and out to partying and stuff like that.
We don't do
So,
too much partying, but
well, it sure looks
Hey,
like
we're
it.
supporting the nonprofits, Doug.
Well, that's
hey, we
good.
did Art Goggle yesterday.
Yes,
that
Art
was
Goggle
right.
was
Art
wonderful.
Goggle. How
I
was
went-
that?
Well, I didn't go out for long, but I went out early in the morning and helped my law partner and his girlfriend set up their station, and then I went back later to check on them and ended up listening to some music at the Boiled Owl. So I can't tell you I saw a lot of the art yesterday, but I always enjoy art goggles.
Okay, so near South Side is where the art goggle is.
Right.
And I had the opportunity to go. I had met up with Angela and Carol and a couple other of our friends, mutual friends, and man, there are so many artists, and it is getting bigger and bigger every year.
It's great.
Yes, it
We had a
is.
great time. We
It's a
saw
lot.
lots of cool art, and like
We met a hat guy.
we met a hat guy who makes these hats by leather hats that were all different shapes and sizes, and they were handmade and amazing.
Could not find a corny dog.
So did you buy one?
No, we didn't buy one. We did take pictures with them on.
You bought some little toys for your grandson.
I did,
And
and
it was
they-
a 3D printer.
A 3D printer
Right?
made these toys.
Wow.
And like print out. They were pretty awesome. I don't even I can't, it's hard to describe it. But they were like the toys that you like put on your hand and they move to your hand.
Yeah, it was
And
pretty cool.
It was like a little lizard and it like moved around. And I thought if I get it, then he won't be scared of lizards.
So he's a
you
year
know?
old, your grandson is.
Like, you know.
and
yeah.
he's walking, and so be a perfect
He
little
is
toy.
so cute.
He is so
know.
freaking cute.
So, Beth, we had you on several episodes,
Episode 5.
right?
Yes.
And so, how is your business going?
I think we're doing great.
And you've opened up a
Things-
new location.
Well,
Almost.
Hudson Oaks is fairly new. It opened in 2019. 2020 didn't count, to be honest.
no.
And
The
then
whole COVID thing.
2021, we were still recovering. But boy, this location is hopping.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, really, really hopping. I was actually at the HEB today in Hudson Oaks and drove by, but they're just doing great.
So, how many hairstylists do you have at that location?
I think I have 5 or 6.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's open 7 days a week.
7 days a week. Today they're open 12 to 6, but it's the Supercuts, by the way, at Hudson Oaks.
So
and
Hudson Oaks is kind of
Beautiful.
small town, right?
it's small town, but
Yeah.
man, there's some business there.
Well, yeah, they're probably going to take over
Yeah, it's
because it's small town.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's growing like a weed.
Oh my
So-
gosh, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
it's good.
Yay.
It can be a speed trap too.
I'm sure it
So
is.
you need to drive
Okay,
slow.
so if anybody knows Doug, right, he is I always call him a rock star because he is a family attorney.
Be very generous with your praise.
And he knows everybody, and it's a little embarrassing because every time we hang out with him, he knows everybody. And then if he doesn't know you, he's going to introduce himself, and then he will remember your name for a lifetime.
Aw.
So we have known each other probably 11 years, and you're just one of my greatest friends, and I really do appreciate you.
So what? Another thing we love about you is that you do the cocktails for a cause. So tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that.
So if y'all don't know what Cocktails for a Cause is, it started in February of 2022. And they're all at the Twilight Lounge. You need to remember this, Twilight Lounge, spelled L-I-T-E, not L-I-G-H-T.
We love the Twilight Lounge,
Yes,
by the
in
way.
Fort
I
Worth,
love
not
the
the
Twilight
Dallas.
Lounge.
It's a
location,
great
the Fort Worth.
venue. It's a great venue. It's a great location for
It's got a
everything.
Louisiana flair to it.
Yeah.
Well, it's been very good to us. But remember, third Wednesday every month from 5 to 8. And what we do is we have a different nonprofit organization that we try to raise money for by having a happy hour. In fact, we're doing one that Christine has helped me set up for Alliance for Children in January.
Nice.
Yes, and guess who our band is going to be?
Well, it's going to be Songbird Jones.
Awesome.
The whole band's going
Super
to be. and
excited.
I've been very
January
excited.
17, 2024,
I've been
from 5 to 8.
very lucky that I've
We
had.
might do a little trivia and bake sale and
Oh, a little bit of everything.
kind of like last year.
All
And,
right.
We've done 21 months in a row, and it's all been
Congratulations.
good.
That's
and
great.
We're trying to keep it growing, and hopefully people will show up.
And how many followers do you have in the group?
Well, it's over 500 by this point.
Wow.
That's
Okay,
on
so now what
Facebook.
is this? What do you give money to?
Well, it depends on which month it is. This
Okay.
month of October is Down Syndrome Month, so
Okay.
we had the Down Syndrome Partnership of Tarrant County this month. September, we had what's called the Reclamation Project, which is a sex trafficking website to help women who have been victims and children of
Nice.
sex trafficking. We've had the Women's Center, we've had the Humane Society, We've had the Innocence Project of Texas.
So every month is different.
Every month is
Okay,
different.
awesome.
We kind of got to where I think we're already filled up through 2024. So
That's
we
awesome.
have,
Oh my
That's
gosh,
so
so what do you
great.
have upcoming? I know Alliance for Children is January 17, 2024, but what do you have coming up?
well,
after
November
that?
is Planned Parenthood. December is the Parenting Center. January is yours, Alliance for Children. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm doing one.
that's a
for-
lot to remember.
For Hope,
You have
for Mark Fueling's got a
Oh, nice.
website in
I've
Facebook.
gone to
Saving
several.
Hope. Saving Hope.
Saving Hope.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, that one's going to have a coat drive, so we can hopefully.
nice.
Okay,
some
that's
coats
great.
for
Probably
children.
February, right? Yeah. Okay, great.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
You are a busy man. How do you do it?
Well, it kind of it's kind of got to where it rolls. It goes pretty.
it runs
Now that
itself.
it does pretty much. I just need to make sure that we've got them set up, and I've been relying on each organization to come up with what we post online, and basically I leave it up. You did a great job, Christine, because you shared it, and that's what the groups that are most successful with these deals is they will share what we post, and
I think I was doing like 2 a day.
you were doing
Well,
great.
I've been sharing this recent one coming up. I've been sharing that on my stories on Instagram and Facebook, like almost at least once a week, probably twice a week.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there's
Even
so
if I
many
can't go,
nonprofit
I'll do it.
organizations that are for a good cause
Yeah.
in the community of Fort Worth. And I love that you are building relationships and you continue to build relationships and you continue to be a part of our community.
Yeah.
It's good. And another nice thing is the Twilight Lounge has plenty of parking.
Yes, because that seems to be such a problem.
Well, it is. Well, the South Side is wonderful. They've got so many new businesses and restaurants and bars and things like that. In fact, our office is moving in a week or two. We're going to be in the building that's the same building that Nickel City's in, but
Okay.
we're still going to have an entry on Daggett.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm going to see you at Bearded Lady and Nickel City.
Right, and maybe-
there's a winery right behind it, I believe,
There
as
is.
well.
Well, there's Holly's right down the street.
It's fairly new.
So Southside area has way more parking than 7th Street area.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like
Or
twice
down-
as
And
much.
it's got kind of an urban feel to it. So
Yeah, I like it.
it's cool.
That
I like
7th
it.
Street, they kind of got ugly about the parking over there. They started
Yeah.
charging for it, and I don't know.
There's not that many
I'm
parking garages over
disappointed.
there, and you can't hardly find parking over in
So
7th
come to
Street.
the South Side.
Yes,
Yeah, near
Southside's great.
Southside, that's where it's all at.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I mean, you can help us in so many different ways.
There you go.
Nonprofit organization, and of course, you're an attorney.
So, Doug, tell the camera right here where they can find the
Cocktails for a
for a
Cause.
Cause.
The Cocktails for a Cause are going to be on the third Wednesday of every month from 5 till 8 o'clock. Cocktails, the Twilight Lounge address is 212 Lipscomb Avenue. And you can park on the curb out in front of it, but if you go behind it, there's a big old parking lot. And you just come to have a happy hour.
Free
come
parking.
Free
I
parking.
know. Bearded
And
lady, I'm there.
incidental, we're lined up to have live music the next 3 months.
Are you gonna have an open house?
We might.
I think you need to have an open house. Yeah.
We'll have to. We will.
I can come up with all kinds of ideas.
Any
Well, there you
reason to
go.
have a party?
Right?
Let's do it.
Well, that would go right in line with the Haircolor Confessional.
Yes, it would.
Absolutely. Just give us more material.
All right. I can do that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on our podcast.
Yes.
And thank
It's a
you,
privilege.
Beth.
Thank you, Beth. for having me.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Love you too. Oh my gosh, I think that's wrapping it up.
I think we're going to wrap it up. Yeah.
Ah, cheers, girlfriend. Love you.
Okay, well,
thanks for having me. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
I'm Angela,
I'm Christine.
and we're Haircolor Confessional. Thank you so much for watching us, season 2.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye. All right, champagne.